Good morning, dear students. Am I audible? Are we live? Can you give a thumbs up or some responses in the chat box? Okay, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We'll wait for like 2 minutes more for more to join. Okay, yes. I guess we can start, right? Shall we? So, good morning once again. Uh, so this is what our plan today is. Many of the students have approached regarding uh, concerns regarding like how to challenge, which are the questions to be challenged. There are some questions they wanted some more explanations, such kind of things. So we have uh, selectively taken up all those questions. We have included it in the slides and we will be discussing whether it has to be challenged or whether the answer key is correct. Okay, so there is no as such wrong answers here in the answer key. It's regarding like the data updation is a little lag. That is the only concern here today. So therefore we will be checking the questions that you have raised by your concerns, the questions that you have raised, whether it has to be challenged or not, we will be discussing today in detail. Okay, so welcome back once again. I am Ajay Sir. I am your social science mentor dealing with economics. So today we will be dealing with the question key challenge of social science ICAR AIEEA PG 2026 examination. And let me remind you one more thing. Remind you one more thing. The last date for the answer key challenges today. So that's why actually we have hurried it up and we have collected all the evidences and we are trying to give it to you. So this is our first question. Many of you were asking regarding this question. If the production function y is equal to a L raised to alpha k raised to beta, increasing returns to scale happens when? So this is actually from a different production function which is called as a Cobb-Douglas production function. So before proceeding, let me give you a brief explanation of what is a production function. It is nothing but a technical and mathematical relationship between an output as well as inputs, right? So therefore here y is none other than your output, L and K is none other than your labor and capital. So labor and capital are the inputs, right? So therefore we have some other coefficients here like A, this is none other than your technology coefficient. Alpha and beta is none other than the output elasticities. Okay, output elasticities. So the the basic idea or the advantage of this production function, this is also known as Cobb-Douglas production function. So this is the general format of a Cobb-Douglas production function. So this is actually selected just because of its simplicity as well as the ability to take, like, we can directly derive the returns to scale from the output elasticities. So based on the theory, this alpha and beta are none other than the output elasticities. Alpha is the elasticity of output elasticity with respect to the labor, and beta is none other than the output elasticity with respect to the capital. So when we are having a general equation like this. So if the production function goes like this, y is equal to 0.5, this is none other than your technology coefficient, right? Then L raised to 0.3, K raised to 0.7. So 0.3 is the alpha, 0.7 is the beta, right? So we have, similarly we will be getting the values for alpha and beta. And here they are asking when the increasing returns to scale is actually happening, the increasing returns to scale. So in order to find out the returns to scale, it's really simple. We just want to add the value of alpha plus beta. Okay, we are just adding the value of alpha and beta. So therefore, if alpha plus beta is equal to 1, it is none other than your constant returns to scale. Okay, this is none other than constant returns to scale. If alpha plus beta is less than 1, it is none other than your decreasing returns. The production will be decreasing returns. If alpha plus beta is greater than 1, this will be increasing returns. This is actually the thumb rule. Okay, so the question asks like this: increasing returns to scale happens when? Its direct answer, alpha plus beta is greater than 1. 4 will be your correct answer. Okay, so the answer, the given key is also showing us the fourth one. So therefore, 4 will be your correct answer here. So I think the idea, the problem regarding this question is finally finished. So this is really simple. If alpha plus beta is equal to 1, it is constant returns. If alpha plus beta is less than 1, it is decreasing returns. If alpha plus beta is greater than 1, it is increasing returns. So therefore, the answer will be 4 here. Okay, and this was taken from the production economics and farm management idea. So the second question: Indian Rail charge different amount to different set of passengers going to same destination. Like it can be Express, Raj, Shadabdi, which is an example of. There are 3 major price discrimination that we have seen, and the Indian Railway was actually our what we call for it, our monopoly, right? Like there are no private railways and all. So Indian Railway is actually the government of India is the monopoly for the railway. So therefore, for the same train, we are charging different prices. Like for there will be some first AC will be there, second AC will be there, third AC will be there, chair car will be there, general will be there. So the same train goes from one place to another place at the same time. Different bogies, upon the facilities that they are giving, they are getting different charges, right? Like we are paying different types of charges. We know what was first degree price discrimination. It is none other than swiping of all the available consumer surplus. Second one, second degree price discrimination, which is actually like we are trying to segregate the consumer population upon the quantity demanded, right? So this will be your correct answer here. And the third degree price discrimination, we used to take like spatially separated markets, and there is no reselling, such kind of conditions we have given for third degree price discrimination. So therefore, Indian Railway is actually an example for second degree price discrimination. We have already explained in our master batch classes also. So therefore, here the given answer will be second, that is none other than your second degree price discrimination. Okay, then coming to next question, then if two indifference curve intersects with each other, then what does it depicts? Direct question from the consumer behavior analysis, and this is what actually we have explained in the master course also. What happens in the indifference curve? What is an indifference curve? Indifference curve is none other than the curve which is connecting the combinations of two goods, which is actually deriving you the same level of satisfaction, right? So therefore, we have a good X, say dairy milk is there in the x-axis, say good Y Milky Bar is there in the y-axis, right? And we will be having different sets of goods, different combinations of goods. Imagine that we are having 10 baskets with us, and in these 10 baskets, in the first basket I have deposited 1 dairy milk, second 2 dairy milks, in the third one I have kept 3 dairy milks. So from basket 1 to 10 I am increasing the number of dairy milks in order to match the satisfaction level equal from each and every basket, the total satisfaction. I am depositing maximum number of Milky Bar in the first basket, lesser Milky Bar in the second basket, again lesser in the third basket, so that I am balancing the satisfaction from each and every baskets, right? So from moving from basket to 1 to 10, that number of dairy milk is increasing. But in order to match the total satisfaction, what I am doing? I am reducing the number of Milky Bars in each basket. It will be maximum in the first basket and it will be minimum in the last basket. So that if I am just closing my eyes and I am picking a random basket, that I am sure that the total satisfaction that I am going to derive from the fourth basket will be equal to the first basket as well as 10th basket, right? That is the principle here. So such kind of combinations, if we are drawing here, we will be getting such kind of a curve. This is none other than your indifference curve. So along the indifference curve, your total satisfaction will be equal. So we have studied some properties, right? It is convex to origin, it is actually negatively sloping, which depicts the diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Then along the indifference curve, same level of satisfaction. Higher indifference curve means higher satisfaction. That is the point that we need here, right? So therefore higher indifference curve means higher satisfaction. This is I1 and this is I2. So a combination which is lies in I2 will be yielding much more total satisfaction than respect to the combination which is lying in the I1, right? And they never intersect each other. When we are drawing it, one will be placed above the another. Why it is happening? Why? Because if it is actually getting intersected, as we have studied, higher indifference curve will be yielding higher level of satisfaction, right? So here actually the higher indifference curve is I1, here it is I2. At this joining point, we will be having a unique combination. From a unique combination, how is it even possible to derive two levels of satisfaction? You cannot eat a basket of dairy milk and milky bar and say that I like it and I dislike it. No, there will be only one level of satisfaction, right? So when the indifference curves intersect each other, there will be two levels of satisfaction for a unique combination. Only one combination is here, right? For that single combination, you will be having two level of satisfaction, which is depicted by two indifference curves, which is actually practically not at all possible. That's why actually we are theoretically says like indifference curve never intersect each other. So therefore, if two indifference curve intersect with each other, then it depicts same combination of goods give same level of satisfaction. No, same combination of goods giving different level of satisfaction. Is this our right answer? Right? Same combination of goods. This combination of goods giving different levels of satisfaction. This is what depiction of intersection of indifference curve means, right? So therefore here answer key given us 2 and that is correct. So therefore there is no need to challenge. 6631 and 6710. I guess like we have included it, like if it is not there, we will check it once again. Okay. Then Indian aviation sector is an example of Indian aviation sector, the flight industry, right? Like there are some big players are there. Like you can like Indigo was there, I think before Vistara was there, SpiceJet is there, Akash Airlines is there. Like so you can count it, but there is no much, like you cannot count maybe like after 7 or 8. That much only are there, right? Then Indigo, SpiceJet, I don't actually properly recollect, but only a few players are there, right? So in a market which is actually having a few players, few sellers, which were the market? Whether it was monopoly? No, monopoly means there is only one airline. No, we have more than one airline. So therefore monopoly will not be your correct answer. Duopoly, is there only two airlines? No, we are having more than this, so therefore it is not duopoly, but it is monopoly, sorry, oligopoly market, right? Like we have a few sellers, we can count it like more than 5, 6, 7. That's actually few sellers. Few sellers in the market means it is none other than our oligopoly. The basic conceptual definition of oligopoly is none other than few sellers selling either homogeneous or differentiated goods. That is none other than oligopoly. So therefore your correct answer is 3. Answer key given is correct and there is no concern regarding challenging here. This is the correct answer itself. Okay. Yes. So another one. Yeah, this is the repeated fact that we have continuously discussing when we were taking the classes of agricultural marketing, right? Minimum support price. This is actually one of the most favorite question of NT as well as ICR. Okay, minimum support price. There are two major key players which you have to understand in the case of minimum support price. Minimum support price is actually developed or maybe they are recommended by one major institution. Some other one is actually announcing it. That is the difference that you have to remember here. So why they have given CSCP here in the first one itself? Before reading the entire question, you may have to go to tick the CSCP, right? So the fact is like this: minimum support price is actually recommended and formulated by Commission of Agricultural Cost and Prices, CSCP. But the recommendation goes to Government of India and Government of India announces it, right? So what is the question here? Minimum support price of the crop is announced by who's actually announcing? It is not announced by CSCP. CSCP is actually formulating and recommending it to the government, and government is finally it is announcing. So therefore CSCP is actually a wrong answer here. And the government who's actually representing minimum support price for agriculture is none other than Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So your correct answer will be answer 2, right? There is no APEDA, MOE, none of them are actually involved in the minimum support price. There are only two key players in the case of minimum support price. One is CSCP and another one is Government of India. So therefore, the given answer is correct. The second answer, the answer key is also correct. So therefore, there is no confusion regarding this question. Then, yeah, one question from extension. So this is regarding match the following, and they have given the IQ with respect to what classification they have given. So therefore, like if you are checking it like from 140 above 140 to 0, there are many stratas are there, many stratas are there, out of which they have taken 4. But if you are having a basic understanding about whether you can arrange it in the decreasing order, then you can match it easily, I guess, right? So therefore we have got bright, dull, genius, borderline. So I guess like genius will be the highest one, right? Genius will be the highest one. Then after that bright will be there, right? Then dull will be there, that is 2, and then after that borderline will be there, right? So this numbering, even if you don't know the number also, like you can go with the classification, like if you're what we call for it, like familiar with the classification idea, then it is much easier, I guess. So therefore above 140 it will be genius, then 110 to 119 it is bright, 80 to 89 it is dull, 70 to 79 it is border. So therefore 3124 3124 answer 1 will be the correct answer. So 1 is the correct answer here. There is no need to be challenged. The key is correct here. Okay. On PIB side, yeah, actually PM is chaired in the CSCP, but CSCP never announces it. Okay, CSCP is actually recommending it. This has been the custom. Actually, the pattern that we are studying continuously over the years, it is actually a repeated question. So therefore there is no confusion regarding it. If it is asked, announced, they are keywords which is actually required by an examination. Okay, so it is announced by Government of India, Agriculture Department and Farmers Welfare, and it is recommended by CSCP. There is no confusion in it. Okay, there is no need to be challenged, because this like even I have attended this ICAR AIEEE PG examination in 2021. Okay, even before that we used to study the same. This is actually a favorite question from the agricultural marketing area, which has been asked repeatedly in different examinations like JRF, SRF, also this ASR VNet examination. Okay, so this is a repeated question, so there is no worry to challenge it. Actually, even if you are challenging also, there is no point in it, I guess. Okay, so this is actually not to insist you people to challenge or not to challenge. We are trying to figure out what are your concern, and we are trying to guide you how actually the key are coming, or how it is actually confusing the students. Okay, then which of the following is not an element of diffusion? Elements of diffusion, there are 4 elements of diffusion: innovation, communication channel, social system, and the fourth one was time. Okay, fourth one is time. This is actually a direct question from the adoption and diffusion from agricultural extension, right? So therefore there are 4 elements: innovation, communication, social system, and time. There is no point in the subject. So therefore 4 is not an element, not an element of diffusion. So answer key given is also 4. So therefore the fourth answer is correct here. Okay, choose the correct statement. Again, agricultural question from agricultural marketing, which is actually already dealt in our master course and which is properly given. We have 3 major concepts. For easiest idea, we have the information regarding the market. Market information is classified into 3. First one is market intelligence, right? First one is market intelligence, second one is market news, and third one is market outlook. All the information regarding the prices, the quantity, the quality, whatever information which is regarding to the prices as well as the goods quality, whatever it is, which is there in the market before or in the past, that is concerned with the market intelligence. Like if I am having the price information for tomato for a particular mandi from 1960 to 2020, 26, maybe 25. Okay, this is a past data, right? That past data refers to market intelligence. What is the current price information, the prevailing information? That is none other than news. What is actually going to happen in the future? Based on the historical as well as the current data, we are trying to analyze what is actually going to happen in the future, whether the price is going to increase or decrease. That is none other than your market outlook. So past is intelligence, present is news, future is outlook. Now coming to the question, choose the correct statement from below. Market intelligence, MI. Market intelligence, market news. Market intelligence deals with the future. Is it? No. Market intelligence was dealing with the past, right? Market intelligence deals with the historical data, whereas market news dealing with the current data. This is our correct answer. 2 will be your correct answer. Market intelligence deals with the present. No. Intelligence was past. Market intelligence and market news both deals with the past data. No. Market news is dealing with the present, right? So therefore 1, 3, 4 eliminated. 2 will be your correct answer, which is actually the answer key given. So therefore 2 will be your correct answer here. Okay. Coming to a general agricultural question. So being an economist, I am going to explain this. So this was a direct, simple, easy question, right? A monophagous pest of paddy, none other than the white stem borer, Serpophaga incertulus, right? So this was a direct question. The monophagous pest means like the pest will be having only one host plant. It's the spectrum of this pest is actually not going to any other plants. This will be exclusively attacking paddy. So this is none other than paddy stem borer, Serpophaga incertulus. So therefore answer 1 is correct, the key given is correct, and there is no need to challenge or having a confusion regarding it. Yes, next question. The Central Warehousing Corporation was established in the year. This one is also a repeated question which has asked by NTA as well as ICAR for the past years, and we have studied it properly. We have proper sources and textbooks. So therefore Central Warehousing Corporation establishment year was 1957. Okay, 1957. If you are checking the State Warehousing Corporation, you will be finding it 1956. The first State Warehousing Corporation was set up in Bihar, and the Central Warehousing Corporation, which is developed to coordinate all the state warehousing corporation as a central body. This was developed in the next year, 1957. But in the options, it's given 1963, 73, 83, and 53. None of the questions are, the answers are given correct here. So therefore, like, this is questionable, and this question will be likely dropped, and you can challenge it. Okay. Next question. This is also another different question, which made students a little more confused. Statement 1, ICAR includes 72 research institutes. Statement 2, 22 project directorates, agricultural technological application institutes included in the ICAR. Okay. So whether this question is correct or not, by the answer key given is actually both statement 1 and statement 2 are true, which is actually correct answer. Why I am saying it? Because if you're checking the 2019-20 report, annual report of ICAR, they have directly given that ICAR includes 72 research institutes. There are 22 project directorates and agricultural technological application institute. This is also known as ATARI, right? So 22 project directorates and ATARIs are there included in the ICAR. Okay. So based on the data of 2019-20, it is correct. But we don't know whether they will be changing it or not, but you can challenge it, because like this was the data was actually 6 years before, and the number has significantly increased. Right now actually we have almost 73 or 74 ICR research institutes are there. Then this project directorates also increased. Even in the next year, in 2022 itself, that project directorates increased to 23. So as per the current data which is published in the ICAR, these numbers have significantly changed. Precisely speaking, we have 73 ICR research institutes. We have 11 ATARIs. we have 8 project directorates. Earlier they used to compile and used to tell like this many project directorates and authorities. So even if you're combining the current data like 11 plus 8, it will be just 19, which will not be adding up to 22. So there are significant differences in the number. So therefore it's optional, like you can, we will be challenging anyway. You can also challenge this question if needed, because like the current data is not aligned with the question which is given. But as the report is saying correct, that's why actually the answer key also came as both of this. So this is what the reason actually. So the factual questions are having this confusion. This happens almost every year, so that's fine. So you can challenge this question. Then next question, L-shaped isoquants are applicable for, I guess like economics is having majority of the confusions, I guess, right? So what is L-shaped isoquants are applicable for? We have directly studied it, right? We have seen what is an isoquant. This was a basic concept of factor-factor relationship we have studied in the production economics. So isoquant is none other than combination of two inputs which could yield the same level of output, right? For example, if I am having labor and capital, different combinations of labor as well as capital which yield me the same level of output, maybe 1000 quintals or maybe 10,000 quintals. Fixing the output, I am just changing the combination of two different inputs, right? So these inputs can be classified into substitutes as well as complements. If one can be substituted for another, you can call it as substitute. If one is requiring another one along with it, it is called as complements. And when we are seeing, we can see some ideal conditions of the substitutes and complements, which is also known as perfect substitutes and perfect complements. So for the perfect substitutes, one can be completely replaced with the another one. For that, you will be seeing a negatively sloping straight line isoquant. And the L-shaped isoquant, which is also I referred it to as Leontief isoquants, is exclusively for perfect complements, right? But the answer key given is perfect substitute goods. No, for perfect substitutes, you will be seeing a straight line isoquant. But for perfect complements, you will be seeing this kind of L-shaped isoquant, because in a fixed proportion, we need both of these. For example, like if I am having 5 tractors and if I am having just 2 drivers, there is no point of number of tractors that I am having, right? Only 2 will be matching with 2. Other 3 tractors, even if it is there, it will be just parked somewhere else. It will not be increasing or like taking part in the production process, right? So therefore, here it is actually 1:1 proportion. One is requiring another along with it in order to make its fuller utility, right? So that's why actually this isoquant is L-shaped. So therefore, the answer should have been perfect complementary goods. This is a sure shot question. You can challenge it because the answer key is wrong. This is somehow like mistaken in the answer key. So therefore, the given answer is not correct here. You can challenge it for answer 2. Perfect complement goods. So actually, perfect complementary goods will be the correct answer here. Okay, next question. Kinked demand curve is a unique feature of, when we studied the concept of oligopoly in the market structure, this is a separate taken portion, which is actually we are only studying this Kinked demand curve for a single market, that is none other than the oligopoly market. The model was given by Paul McVitie and rest of the things like the upper elasticity, lower elasticity, why actually the marginal revenue curve is discontinuous, all the things we have studied in the case of Kinked demand curve, right? So therefore, perfect competition, no. Monopoly, no. Duopoly, no. Monopsony. So given answer as monopsony, but the answer should be oligopoly. So therefore, I think this question will be dropped. There is no correct answer here. For perfect competition, monopoly, duopoly, monopsony, you will not be seeing the Kinked demand curve. So therefore, the answer will be oligopoly. You will be seeing this only in the oligopoly market. So therefore, you can challenge this question. Okay. Okay. So these many are the major questions which were already asked in the group, and we have included it. And I guess like maybe you will be having some more doubts regarding some other questions, means like you can post it in our group so that we will be replying it by afternoon. Yeah, I am seeing your message. Guna Dhanush 66223. Actually, I don't have those questions here. Yeah, obviously, soon the cutoff video will be coming. Don't worry about it. Right now, like, we are dealing with the challenging things, and it will be known very easily. So therefore, let me give you. So for these questions, everyone have to challenge is mandatory. It's not actually mandatory. We will be doing it anyway, but the more challenges means, like, the more say will be there. So it's actually optional. We are not here to insist you to challenge or something like that. Those who literally want to do that, we just want to give you some guidelines. Okay, that is the only thing. We will be anyway doing uh, this challenging things and all, but it's better, like, if you are also taking part in it. So another question, sorry, another two things, like, in the below of this, in the description of this video, you will be finding two Google forms. The first Google form, it will be for your rank prediction. Okay, so even if even right now also, regarding the scores that you have calculated, if you are having confusions regarding the ranks, you can directly go to fill the Google form, and you will be getting the live rank prediction. Okay, and the second Google form, the questions that we have given today with respect to their explanations and all, we will be providing you a PDF. For those who have already filled the Google form before, you can check the Google Drive directly. We have already compiled the materials. So therefore, if you have not filled those Google form also, just please do that. So therefore, you will be, yeah, obviously, if the question is challenged and the key is changed, everyone will be getting it. It's not the one who's actually not challenging only getting the mark. That's fine. Regarding dropping the questions, will we get marks? I guess, like, the addition of the marks will not be there. It will be treated everyone as equal. Okay, that that mark will not be going to anyone. So therefore, your position will be the same. Sure, sure. The other subjects are getting on the way. It will be coming. Agronomy, engineering, everything will be there. Sure, sure. I'm seeing some of the questions. 6623, 6667. Let me note it down. I'll be updating in the group. Okay. 6667, 6614. Are you going to write every questions? Have you cross-checked it and again you got confused? Please let me know those, only those ones. Okay. 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 Yeah, I have noted it down. Don't worry. We'll be updating it soon in the group. So I guess this video have helped you a lot. I think many of the questions were actually, like, confused regarding the students, but the key is most of them are correct. Only if you are there to be challenged. It's okay whether you have attempted it or not. If the key is not there, like, they will not be cross checking with the answer that you have given already. Okay, they will be just checking when the challenge comes, like, they will be checking, like, whether the question answer key is correct or not, whether you have attempted it or not, which will not be having any relation with it. And even if you challenge it also, it's good. It will be applicable to everybody. If the challenge is there and it is accepted, means, like, it will be applicable to everybody. Even if there is a question which was actually the key was wrong, but you marked as based on the answer key and you got the correct answer, but based on somebody's challenge, if that question got cancelled, even if you have that 4 marks, it will be, like, treated as 0 because that question will not be there. That is the idea here. Okay, got my point? And those questions which you are challenging is not going to change at every time. They will be reconsidering it, and at some point only they will be changing it if the mistake is correct there, or if there are no much explanations, but still they'll be checking it and they'll be letting you know. Okay, if nothing is there, shall we stop for today? I guess the hope video has helped you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I guess that's it, right? Yeah. So don't forget to fill the Google form, get the PDF of what we have discussed today. Also, join for the live rank prediction of 2026 by filling the Google form. Okay. So thank you. We are not sure actually, based on our basic textbooks as well as the previous year question papers. We have the year of 1957. So we are not sure about it, but we'll try. Because the Warehousing Corporation Act is on 1962, that is there, but we are studying Central Warehousing Corporation established year. This established year was 1956. So therefore, like, we will try it. We don't know how actually it will be turning it out. Okay. So thank you. If nothing else is there, we'll be seeing you in the next video. So best wishes, and I hope like every one of you can perform very well, and we'll celebrate this together. Okay. Thank you.